option is not there with me.
They will give you the option, sir. I don't know. Vijayalakshmi, do you have the sharing option?
Yes, sir. I'm going to open it now, sir. Please.
Yes,
Okay.
Yes. Let him start the program. If it is 6:05, we can.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaste, Kalandra Sabre.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaste. Hitesh sir, good evening to you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Namaste.
Namaste. Mohanraj sir, good evening to you. Happy to see you.
He's not on the screen. Huh?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Thank you so much.
Yes.
A very good evening to one and all present here. A very warm and delightful welcome to all of you to this special book talk organized by Dharwad Kate Dharwada, a national literary and cultural organization which is dedicated to nourishing creative and intellectual dialogue. So far, Kate has organized over 326 programs on diverse subjects, including several engaging series of talks. Before we begin, we express our deep sorrow over the passing of Sri Raju Talikoti on 13th October 2025, a beloved Kannada theatre and film comedian who brought joy and laughter to countless audience through his remarkable performances. In fact, his contribution to Kannada art and culture will always be remembered with deep respect and affection. Let us observe a symbolic silent condolence, a moment of silence in his memory. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Welcome back again to this program. Today, we are here to celebrate literature, translation, and creative imagination through a discussion of a remarkable novel, Havana, which is written by Dr. Mallikarjun Hiremath, translated from Kannada to English by S. Mohanraj. Books are bridges that connect languages, cultures, and hearts. Havana portrays the life of people in small settlement and vividly recreates the history of a tribe, their social events, songs, dances, beliefs, and customs, while also revealing their exploitation by landlords and the police. This evening, we are joined by distinguished academicians and literary figures who will help us explore their creative world more deeply. Let us begin by introducing the chair of the session, Professor Basuraj Dono, head of the Department of English, Central University of Karnataka, Kalaburgi. A distinguished academic, critic, scholar, Professor Donor has contributed immensely to English and Kannada literary studies. It's an honor to have him here as a president of this program. Welcome to you, sir. We also privileged to have with us the guest of honor, Dr. Mallikarjun Hiremath, renowned novelist from Dharwad, whose literary vision and creative energy have enriched contemporary Kannada literature. Dr. Hiremath's works are known for their psychological depth, social sensitivity, and universal human appeal. His novel Havana, which we celebrate today, captures the complex interplay between human emotions, existential realities. We extend our heartfelt welcome to you, sir. We also welcome with us S. Mohanraj, the accomplished translator of Havana. We extend a very warm and heartfelt welcome to you, sir.
Thank you.
Our guest speaker of this evening is Dr. Hitesh C. Bhakat, Professor, Regional Institute of English, South India, Bangalore. Professor Bhakat is an eminent teacher, trainer, researcher, translator, poet, critic, and writer. He contributes both English and Assamese literature and has worked extensively in the fields of language, pedagogy, creative writing, and literary criticism. He also serves as an AP site creator team leader, offering his honorary service, a reflection of his dedication to academic collaboration and mentorship. We are deeply honored to have you with us, sir. Very welcome to you, sir. Our heartfelt appreciation to the Harvard Kate and all its members for nourishing this vibrant literary platform. Now let us move to the highlight of the event, the book talk on the Havana by Mallikarjun Hiremath. We begin the discussion. I now invite our guest speaker, Dr. Hitesh C. Bhakat, to share his insights and reflections on this remarkable novel. Sir, the screen is for you.
Thank you, madam, for giving me this opportunity. I'll just take 1 minute to share this. No. Share. Oh, something gone wrong. What to do? 1 second. Windows. Share. Can you see the screen? PPT?
Yes, sir.
It's visible.
Okay.
Visible.
Okay. Something went wrong.
You have to close your window here. When you share whatever window you are opening, you have to close it. Otherwise, your window will also get reflected.
The problem.
Yes. So, first of all, I would like to thank the organizers, especially Professor Mohanraj Donut sir. You can hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And my special thanks goes to Mallikarjun Hiremath sir, because sir is the main person for calling me and say you will have to talk, and he said probably that he's the right person to talk on my book. So my heartfelt thanks to Hiremath sir. My teacher, Professor S. Mohanraj sir, is here. And sir, I had the great opportunity to being the direct student of Mohanraj sir. I met him in 1993. From that till now, sir has been my guiding light, mentor, and the source of inspiration in my journey of professional life. So I express my sincere gratitude to sir, and special thanks for him for joining this particular program. And my thanks to all the participants who are here on this, all great literary figures of Karnataka literature. I would like to admit one thing very frankly, that my knowledge in Kannada literature is very limited. I was working in ELT Assam. I taught there for 16 years. Then in 2006, I came down here and took up my present assignment at Regional Study English South India, Bangalore. For last 20 years, I have been here. During these 20 years, I tried to study little bit of Kannada literature, but a very limited knowledge. First, I started studying the Gnanapith awardees of Karnataka. There are 8 Gnanapith awardees. I started reading Kuvempu's. I read one book about him, Rashtrakavi Kuvempu. After that, I read his Sri Ramayana Darshana. And then I read his 2 novels. One is called Kannuru Shubbamma Haggaditi and Malagalili Magulu. Then I read his son's book called Karvalho. Then I read some poems of Dharavindra. Then I read 2 books of 3 books of Shivaranta Koranth, like Marali Mannige, Sumana Duri, and Chinnara Lukadali Karantoro. I read Hike Gokok some books. I read Masti Venkatasha Angar's Sikevira Rajendra. Then I read Your Anantamurti Samaskara. I read 3 books of Chandrasekhar Kambar. I met him also during the book release in Bangalore. Is Surya Shikara, Singarana Aramane, and one Nataka that is called Jo Kumarasamy. I read Girish Kandrat's most of the dramas, and then I read S.L. Bhairappa's. He has written many novels. I have read only 7 novels of him, and one is big one that is called Parva. It's 950 pages, so I took quite some time. I read twice actually. Then I read North Karnataka writer, novelist Raghavendra Patil's Teru. I read a story book of P. Lankesh called Kallu Karagova Samaya. Then Boidehi's Shakuntala Jakta on the Shonje. Then I tried to read some books of, especially I read one Alan Halli Sri Krishna's Bhujanga Dashavathargalu. I read, I studied a little bit of the lady writers, Dr. Indra, Jagadamba, Saraswati Amma, Anupama Niranjana, Sara Abu Bakr, Gangabai, and try to understand a little bit of the trends of Kannada literature. And finally, Professor Mohanraj sir is my teacher, as I told you. So when he translated Mallikarjun sir's novel, Havana, so during book release, he invited me and I joined this, and on that day I bought this book, the translated version. And I read a couple of times, not one, several times, and then I thought of expressing my opinion. Actually, sir said, write something about the book. And then I wrote around 5 pages. Then I kept it for long, and then one of Bashavara sir's student, now high school teacher, he came to our Regional Institute of English South India, Bangalore for 1-month training, CLT training program. So I was talking about that particular novel. So he said he was so excited. So, sir, he is my teacher. And then I talk about this article I have written. So he talked to Sir Hiremath sir and connected sir with me. And then we had a discussion. And then sir suggested me to get it published. So I sent it to one Kerala literary journals, our Bhaskaran Nair sir. So he published it, and I gave Hiremath's address and he sent a final copy, and sir appreciated that, and that's a great blessings for me. Then I was okay, and then recently sir called me, why don't you talk on this particular book on that day? So I was in Hampi other day, so Bashavaras Donut sir called me, and then you'll have to talk to and find a date is decided. So this is, so today I'm going to talk about with my limited knowledge and wisdom of this Kannada this, especially this novel called. So I'll share my screen. Can you see the screen?
Oh, yes, yes.
Right. So as you all see, this is the novel. So my title of this talk today is Critical Review on the novel Havana, written by Dr. Mallikarjun Hiremath sir, and translated from Kannada by Professor S. Mohanraj sir, my teacher. So, so Havana, as you all know, is a novel written by Dr. Mallikarjun Hiremath sir and translated from Kannada by Professor S. Mohanraj sir. It is a voice, as Madam has already introduced, of unheard pathos of a rootless Lambara community settled in Havana near Kalluru. So the setting, let us talk about this. Each novel has two planes, plane of articulation and plane of information. The plane of articulation refers to setting, perspective, and development of the plot. And plane of information basically refers to characterizations and symbolism or the environment. And these two structural planes are interlocked in a literary text, and in order to decode the message of a discourse or a story, the student has to interpret the interlocking of these two structural planes. So literary stylistics, the study of a literary text involves three elements: an intuitive response to the text, an investigation into its textual patterns, and an identification of the stylistic features that support intuition and demonstrate the patterning. Settings and themes in the novel of Dr. Hiremath sir is quite unique. While you are Anantamurti Samskara, Kuvempu's Kannuru Subbamma Haggadeti, and Alanhalli Sri Krishna's Bhujangada Dashavatar Galu portray inner conflicts and quandaries of respected established communities of Karnataka. And Havana, Dr. Hiremath sir in his Havana explores an inexplicable condition of life, wishes, desires, predicaments, and conflicts of a wandering tribe, wishing to create a center in their centerless life. So Havan is an exploration, like Voss has written in 1957, is the fifth published novel by Patrick White. Title of this novel is called Voss, and it is based upon the life of the 19th century Prussian explorer and naturalist Ludwig Leithart, who disappeared while on an expedition into the Australian outback. So the Haven is an expedition of possibilities in the vagary of life. Having approached the novel Haven, what strikes readers most is the essential concern about the theme of exploration. Bashava Master gradually reacts to the unknown Tanda with positive masses and involves native of the Tanda through a process of initiation of a Lambada dream, the dream of creating a core half in the rootless life of the community to revolve around, especially Shamalla's dream. So the sense of quest is quite significant theme of the novel, and the journey of Bashava Master exhibits an intense attachment to the spiritual level of experience. While there seems to be a tension between spiritual and non-spiritual, reasons and metaphysics, body and spirit, good and evil, male and female, life and death, dream and actuality, time and eternity, Bashapa Master shows a forceful concern for the well-being of his newfound world, newfound Tanda, the settlement, Tanda settlement. So focal point in Thanda, Havan Thanda, a strange settlement remains the focal point of the novel. The title of the novel emphasizes on Bashapa Master and his greater understanding of the place. Theme of topographical exploration is gradually sublimated to the level of spiritual experience, but at the level of abstraction, it becomes a journey through dream, visions, and emotive response. Bashapa Master at the end seems to have found the Tanda at his own Tanda by right of vision. Like me, I am not a Kannadiga by birth. I am from Assam, Guwahati, and I have come here to explore the South Indian topography, culture, language, everything. And I find myself a Kannadiga not by birth but by right of vision. The same happens with Bashapa Master, though he doesn't belong to Tanda Lammara community, but he could find himself by right of, a person of the community by right of his own vision. So, so here we say art of fiction. So the art of fiction, in the art of fiction, Henry James defines a novel as a personal impression of life, constitutes its value, which is greater or less according to the intensity of the impression. A good novel possesses the sense of reality, and he further comments, humanity is immense and reality has a myriad forms. Experience is never limited and it's never complete. It's an immense sensibility, a kind of huge spider web of the finest silken threads suspended in the chamber of consciousness and catching every airborne particles in its tissue. So reflection in Havan. Havan reflects as a vast web depicting each element of the thunder with minute detailing each strength of human sensibility concerning the community life of the Tanda. The now landscape in Havan, set in a rural backdrop of hilly surroundings, far away from the mainstream people, the novel portrays a panorama of an unaffected cultural tradition and rituals followed by the community amid their diurnal struggle for survival, hunger and pain. Innocence of thoughts, community feelings and self-esteem in the people while maintaining traditional celebrations provide a serene picture of people attached to ancestral customs and way of life in the very setting of natural background of the Tanda. Characters in the novels create a vivid real-life people in the settlement. As I already said that I don't know how many times I have read during my writing the article and after that also. So because the moment I open this novel, I see, I'm moving around in the Tanda, around the surroundings with Bashapa Master and trying to see each person as a human being, not as a fiction, as a reality in life. So main character, and we see Shamalla, the head of the settlement, Kasanu, Khemli, Dulla, Damla, Duglivai, Kubya, Ruplivai means Samalla's wife, Lalivai, and daughters of the settlement like Gauri, Jimri, Chandri, Lachi, Ruki, Gomli are a very similar to reality of the settlement. They are not just the name of characters, they are the real people we can see once you engrossed into the novel. While Samuel and Kasanu are two solid rock in the Tanda, holding the traditional values, with all strong inner resolve deep inside, they crave for some progress in their way of life. Women characters showcase their physical and mental strength and presence of mind and self-worth. Retaining self-worth and life with dignity, the women characters display an indomitable spirit under all circumstances of life. Characters about Mainya Nayak, the father of Samuel Nayak, the leader of the Tanda, and his wife, Miss Samuel Nayak's mother, Hansibai, called Jagur Jammani, mother of Samuel Nayak. All right, such a great lady, great heroine, and who could even talk face to face with this, the king, So Hirelal Banjar Association President, another kind of living human being we can see in the novel. Mashama Master, real Guru, we know the Sanskrit meaning of the Guru, who removes the darkness of life. All right. And so here he is the person who initiated this, throwing light into the life of the Tanda. And places like Havana, Nagarkote, Kalluru, and others act as characters in the novel. They are not only a simple place, they act as characters like human characters in the novel. The school building against two temples of God Sevalal, Goddess Mariamma, and the neem tree with a platform have symbolic in meaning, indicating a ray of light amid orthodox practices in the community life. Sense of service and loyalty to masters in their traditional paths of earning against inner wishes to free themselves from the economic bondage, exploitation, and social turmoil remains excruciating disquiet amid celebrations and festivities. And education provides light to repulses darkness from light. Schooling provided to Hari by Samuel with all his limited resources, expecting an enlightenment of the settlement, continues to be an irony of life, seizing the very identity of the community. Because as we see that there are 23 chapters in this novel in two parts. First 19 chapters were narrated by Basava Masters, and when he was transferred from the Tanda, then Hari, Jimri, and Laku, they started narrating this, Kasano. So the last 4 chapters, and that is the very, this kind of narration itself is interesting part of this novel. So unless we read this novel and try to trace these things and involve ourselves in it, and it's very difficult to see the essence of this novel. And Jimri, while maintains self-esteem, goes on to work without bowing her head to her both educated and rich brothers. Although both the brothers were rich, and she is to work on her own to earn her living. And in the novel, we can see what she said when she was asked, why do you work so hard when you have 2 rich brothers? All right. Ruki shows her courage in rebuilding a source of income and eventually saving herself from an unwanted incident by sacrificing her life. And all this credit goes to Hansibai, who showed this, this essence of women characters and the boldness that they should have in their life. Narrative: the narrator of the first part of the novel, Havan, Bashama Master, is an explorer. His journey of life, exploring his own livelihood as a teacher in the Tanda school with limited experience as teacher, initiates an expedition searching an inner spark of the community in Havana Tanda. He finds a new life in a new home in the settlement, igniting spark inside by digging down the history and culture of it while giving a new hope of light in the community. And as we see, Kasanu talks about details about the history and culture of these two Vashava Master. Vashava Master rediscovers himself as a member of the community and engages in activities on upliftment for people involving self in all welfare schemes, taking proactive role in it. Suppression of inner conflicts. Suppressed inner turbulence of poverty finds expression in the end. The narrators in the next part of the novel, Havana, delineate the inner thoughts of the people of Tanda. While a group of people wish to stick to tradition and culture, especially Shamalla Nayak and Kasanu, while seeking some light of progress, the other group of people seems to have found an urgent need to pace up with the time and capture the crest of treasure and seats of power. So Loku finds a fresh zeal in an indescribable struggle in acquiring the grazing field, all unwanted political and administrative hurdles to reach his expected goal in taking the responsibility of the manager in the company. Because he could understand that without power, nothing can be done. And he took the opportunity in absence of his father Samuel when he was taken by the elder son Hari to the town. And Loku took this opportunity because in his father's presence he cannot take any decisions. And the sense of respect, even though he doesn't agree everything, whatever his father says, but he cannot raise his voice against his father's will. And that's the kind of respect to this seniors shown by the youngsters in the Tanda, which we don't find this in modern days. Zimri fights an inexplicable misery in her run of life, from her eloping with her uncle and back to Tanda and new venture of life without losing self-respect. Hari expresses his inner conflicts, unable to leave his newfound identity in commotion of modern world of city people and hiding self-identity for fear of losing self-image. This is another kind of, very difficult kind of things, all right? He doesn't want to introduce himself as a Lambara community member, and because he thinks that his original introduction will make his image little lower. Kasanu, a symbol of tradition and honesty, acts as a mediator between the old and new while accepting everything that is available without losing mental balance. Shamalra remains a victim of own predicament between two worlds of life and remains a silent, shattered soul, unable to recognize Vashava Master, the bearer of light to Havana Tanda at the end in the novel. Power and adaptation, acquiring a new skill and adapting to changed condition of life remains crucial in freeing self and development of community life. Loku, the second son of Shamalla Nayak, the leader of the community, progresses and gains such an insight to accept all opportunities that come on way at the time. Power and adaptation, as we say, Loku explores possibilities of capturing a position of power in decision making in local bodies to take advantage of scopes for upward movement while being a member of the community. Having analyzed own tradition of life as a nomadic tribe without having any root of native land, Loku takes a crucial decisions to resell the acquired land for expected change irrespective of the will of the seniors in the community. Developments and destruction. So B.S. Naipaul, he says that, behind all the development we see in the model one, there is ruins, destruction. And devastation brings conflict and concerns. And we see the same case in Havana. All the huts with all their awkward appearance of poverty reappear in new shape of concrete buildings with porches and terraces. Mud paths to Tanda that symbolize poverty disappear in color of concrete tar roads. Oil lamps and lanterns that flickered in deep in darkness once lose all dark shades under the glow of electric lights in the Tanda. New vehicles like motorcycles, cars, tractors, truck drives away all knee crumbling pain, bringing the Tanda a new life in transport. And the Sevalal temple gets a palatial place close by the Mariamma temple. Divine persona like neem tree evaporates from the site in the heat of advancements. So here also we see here in my place, here in Bangalore, there was one temple, and now this temple is not there because of development, broadening of the road. So the same happened in Tanda. So the Tanda happening may be the initiation, okay, and that is spread through. The displacement of temples remains a symbolic of ensuing sacrifice of traditional culture and adaptation of progressive era. While Shamila observes plight of modernity in his son's house in city, Kasanu, while living in concrete house in the Tanda, expresses his displeasure of the changed life. Now, hope and motives. Hope is a moving force in life. The motives of the characters depicted in the novel Havana, however, include the hope of making a home, living in love, the joy of friendship amid all commotion of loss in the progression of Havana Tanda to an independent village as Lakshmipura and a revenue division. Page number 185 it is mentioned. As one of the Karnataka Sahitya Academy honorary award winning novels reflecting the horror of development, Dr. Hiremath Sir's Havana reflects optimism amid multitude dimensions of life, love, death, and the distinctive conduct of the characters in situations of conflict and hostility. Dialogues between characters, adages, and the songs act as characters, providing a third-person narrative between the first-person narrators in both part of the novel. The third-person introduction and the first-person narration and the conversation with Samalla and other characters shows the motives of the characters. This conversation looks like dialogue. It gives an idea of what is happening, define characters, and the talk about what they are doing signifies some sort of conflict in the mind of characters, and it is this conflict that generates interest in the novel. Translation is a complex process of converting text from its original form into a language of intended readers, maintaining fidelity to the text and bringing it to a matching vicinity of reader's language. This demands a translator to keep in mind a series of elements related to culture, language, and the work of art, resolving problems of connotations, use of vocabulary items, and culture-specific idioms. G.S. Amoor, in his translator's note to his translation of the Seriya Teru by Raghavendra Patil, quotes Dear Daravendre, translations are but shadows, and it is left to the readers to guess the substance from a vision of the shadow. This is true in the translation of Havana from Kannada by Professor S. Mohanraj sir. Professor Mohanraj sir has created such a transparent shadow in his translation of Havana that one can see each scarp and line of sadness, happiness, conflicts, dilemmas, on the face of each character, enabling readers to outline the original work and the inner feelings of the author. The flow of narrative, the simplicity of language, and felicity of expression add beauty to the translation, bringing it to the level of original work. The word baptized in page 89 could have been solemnized, avoiding all criticism. The translation of Havana into English provides non-Kannada readers a depth of the novel and a foretaste of Kannada literature. Death of Samalla. Death of Samalla reminds many things. Zimri's elopement first time that I think created some issues in Samalla's head. And when he was in Hari's place, or when he heard the news of Hari's wedding, that was the second time when Samalla would find a death-like situation. Physical fighting between Havan people and Koluru people in the grazing field. The third, incidents of his kind of physical death, and Locus wine bottle in his hand when they reached his new built house, palace like Bangalore. And this placement of Savalas temple, ultimate things that where he used to sit in the platform under the neem tree and give judgment to the Tanda people, and he found this Savalas temple where he used to chant mantras every evening. And the displacement of Savalas temple, make some like death-like situations leading to the end of his all dreams in life. So this is all about the novel that I have put stress in the novel. So if you have any questions, these are the references. Thank you very much. So if you have any feedback, you can always talk about it. So this is what is my presentation about.
So thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now I have the pleasure of inviting our guest of honor, Dr. Mallikarjun Hiremath.
Dr. Vijayalakshmi,
Yes.
Dr. Vijayalakshmi, there is a small change in our schedule. Can you please invite Mohanraj sir for a short talk on the novel as a translator?
Yes, sir.
And then you invite the author of the novel. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I invite Dr. S. Mohanraj, sir, who is the translator of this novel. Please, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. In fact, I was fascinated listening to that very, very detailed analysis given by Dr. Hitesh Bhakat. He was so kind to refer to me as his teacher several times. I'm not sure whether I really deserve so much of appreciation. What I taught him was not literary criticism. What I taught him was linguistics, which is, but his reading of Kannada is admirably good. And I think perhaps some of us at least have not read as much as he has read in Kannada literature. This is what I strongly feel. Let me come to what he really said as part of his presentation. I was touched by his pointing out or bringing in a comparison between Patrick White's Was and Havana, which is a brilliant comparison. I had never thought of it because I have read Was by Patrick White long time ago. But when I was reading Havana, when I translated it, probably this thought didn't occur to me. In fact, I have had the pleasure of translating Havana into two languages, one into Telugu, the other time was into English. The Telugu version is called Tanda, which is probably researched upon in some of the universities in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. That's a different matter. What I liked most was, another thing I really touched me was He's comparing himself with Basappa Master, who becomes a naturalized Tanda person, and Hitesh becoming a naturalized Kannadiga was a brilliant comparison. I thought that took the cake. Other than that, the final point that he brought, Somalia did not die a sudden death. He died in several stages. He died in he has pointed out 5 different stages in which Somalia met his death. I think that again was a wonderful point that he brought out. What he could have probably, maybe I missed this particular point. There is a distinct stylistic variation that Mallikarjun Hiremath brings about in his novel between the third person narrative in the first part of the novel and the first person narrative in the second part of the novel. And this is done with a purpose. I'm not saying that Hitesh has missed out on it, but his reference to this particular technique was glossed over in his talk. Perhaps that could have added to what he has already said. What I liked most in Hitesh's talk was a well-structured, a very calm, very composed presentation, which made many of us who might not have read the novel understand it better, and perhaps motivated many of us to read this particular novel. Thank you very much, Hitesh, and thank you to Dharwad Katte for organizing this meet.
Thank you,
and
sir.
Also giving me an opportunity to talk to you. And thanks everyone, Professor Hiremath, Professor Basuraj, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining with us and sharing your thoughts. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I have the pleasure of inviting our guest of honor, Dr. Mallikarjun Hiremath, the author of Havana, to share his thoughts, his creative journey, inspirations, and reflections on how Havana came to life, sir. Please. Over to you, sir.
As a writer, I should not speak about the novel. It is left to the readers. Anyway, I would like to speak about what moved me to write this novel. I have been fascinated to the Lambani tribe right from my childhood. As a boy, I was attracted by the dance and costumes of the women. They used to come to my village to sell plums. During my service in Hungun, Lambanis used to come to Hungun, especially in the harvest season, to root out the ripened jowar crop. They stayed in the tents. They would wake up early at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and start working in the fields. I realized how hard working they are. I witnessed a drastic change that took place in Balakundi Tanda near Hungun and Ilkal. The Lambanis had their own cultivating lands. When it was found granite rocks in their fields and surrounding hillock, they were tempted or say compelled to sell their lands to the granite company. They got huge money and squandered it very soon. They got huge money and squandered very soon. The owners of the lands now had to work in the company as laborers. This caught my imagination. In the process of the development, modernization, urbanization, and globalization, the marginalized communities usually suffer a lot and tend to lose their cultural identity. I should not speak about the theme, narration, and the technique of the novel. It has already been discussed by Dr. Hitesh in detail. The book was published first by Ananda Kanda Granthamala. The publisher is my friend Raghavendra Patil. He published it in 2001. Later, the third impression was by T.S. Goravar, Sengata Pustaka in Kannada. Even after more than 2 decades, the novel has been discussed and acclaimed in Kannada. I never expected that it would be translated into English. Sometimes miracles happen. First, it was translated into Telugu by Hyderabad Book Trust. I don't know who recommended this novel to the publisher for translation. The trust asked Professor Jayashree Mohanraj, Hyderabad, to translate it to Telugu. She did it very well. Her life partner, Professor Mohanraj, took interest in the novel and contacted the publisher, Ratna Books, Delhi. Till then, I had no acquaintance with this couple. Professor Mohanraj has ably translated into English. It has been published. It was published in 2019. As Dr. Hitesh said, Professor Mohanraj has maintained fidelity to the text. He has pursued the spirit of its theme, technique, and brought it to the reader in English. I am deeply indebted to Dr. S. Mohanraj, former professor of CIFL Hyderabad. The book in English is elegantly produced and published by Ratna Books Delhi. For this, I am thankful to Sri Dinesh and Sridhar Balan. The same book is going to be published by HarperCollins, the esteemed publication, in collaboration with Ratna Books. The speaker, Dr. Hitesh, is a non-Kannadiga. He is from Assam. He is unable to read the text in Kannada. He has wholly depended on the translated text of Mohanraj. This itself speaks the efficacy of the translation. Though Dr. Hitesh is unable to read Kannada, he has already said he has read Kannada literature translated into English. His lecture is very insightful. He has made very good observations. My sincere thanks are due to him for his in-depth study of the novel. I must thank Professor Basuraj Donur, who has taken interest in the novel and arranged the virtual lecture followed by discussions. Dr. Donur is a dynamic personality. He has been organizing a series of lectures both in Kannada and English. He is lucky to have a very good team. I'm thankful to Dharwada and I sincerely thank you all who have participated in this discussion and speech. Thank you.
So thank you so much for your very insightful OH with us, and your reflections remind us, in fact, that stories are not only from imagination, but also from lived experiences, empathy, and deep introspection. Now I warmly invite our chair of the session, Professor Basuraj Donur, sir, to offer his concluding remarks and reflections on today's discussion. Sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Vijay Lakshmi. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Dear viewers of Dharwad, Mallikarjun Hiremath, a very major Kannada novelist and short story writer. Dr. Hitesh Bhakat, our guest speaker today. Yes, Mohanraj, the translator of this wonderful novel. And I can see Sri Ranganath, Sri Ishwar Hatti, and Kalandar, and Mithiri Rao, Pooja Hayal, Geeta Rathod, Madam Sandhya Honaguntikar, and lot of very important Kannada researchers, writers, and English teachers and research scholars in various English research scholars from various universities in the state of Karnataka have joined this program today. First of all, I must thank the novelist, Professor Dr. Mallikarjun Hiremath, and the guest speaker and the translator for making very brilliant observations on and about the novel in their presentations today. And we have already listened to three important presentations by Hitesh and Dr. Hitesh and Sri Mallikarjun Hiremath himself and Mohanraj, the translator of the novel. This is an interesting session in the sense we, listened to a presentation on a novel which deals with the tribal culture and various tribal identity and issues connected with the tribe. Lambani is one of the major tribes in India. To begin with, let me thank Dr. Hitesh Bhakat for giving a wonderful talk, and Sri S. Mohanraj in his short presentation mentioned the highlights of the talk presentation that you have given today. And you have really delivered a truly wholesome and well-rounded talk, touching upon every important aspect of this novel with clarity and depth. What impressed me most was the quiet confidence with which you presented your ideas, and there was no exaggeration or anything of that sort. So you made brilliant and insightful observations that revealed your deep understanding of the text. And this is very important for any speaker. Unless I engage with the text, unless I have very deep-seated faith in the text, I won't be able to make a very good presentation. And why Dr. Hitesh made a very brilliant presentation today? Because he was able to engage with the text, and he could live with the text and the author and connect himself very meaningfully with every character that has been portrayed by Sri Mallikarjun Hiremath. So I must appreciate the calm composer you maintained throughout the session, and also the remarkable ease and natural flow with which you analyzed and examined the novel. So your talk was not only intellectually stimulating, but also gracefully delivered, making complex ideas accessible and enjoyable to the audience. Thank you so much, sir. This is about the speaker. This is about today's speaker, Dr. Hitesh, and I have come into contact with him very recently, only after I got his phone number from Sri Hiremath sir. And thank you so much. And please come back to Darudkatti again. Darudkatti is also your Katti. And I must thank Sri Mallikarjun Hiremath, my well-wisher, in some sense my guardian, and I respect him. I respect him not only as a wonderful short story writer. You must read his short stories as well. He has written 2 novels and many short stories. And I love him and respect him both as an author, as a writer, and also as a man. He's a wonderful man. And he has also treated me well, and he took care of me, and he helped me in many ways, and he has given me good pieces of advice. So I always respect him. I have read this novel, and I have read his Kannada novel twice or thrice, I don't remember, and I have read this English version once. And this evening I read one chapter, the 9th chapter, I think, in comparison with the original text, to find out how to just find out how the Kannada nuances have been rendered into English. I do not have time to talk about it. I think if time, let me see if I can write an article on this. I have worked on one chapter very closely. I can share my inputs with both the author and the translator. I'm quite pleased with the translation as well, and I'll be talking about it after a while. So I have been really impressed by this novel. I liked this novel for many reasons, and I read it in the original language and also in the translation. And I sincerely request all the viewers of Bhakat to read the novel if you have not read it. Please read the Kannada version and also the English version, the translated work. And Havana is a powerful contemporary Kannada novel, and that stands out not only for its artistic excellence, but also for its profound portrayal of the tribal identity, the tribal oppression, and the tribal resistance. So this is a major novel in Kannada, because we do not have many novels in Kannada which talk about this tribe, the Banjara tribe. And of course, there are a couple of novelists belonging to this tribe who wrote novels in Kannada, and I have read all the novels, 4 to 5 novels. But this novel, Havana, I like it immensely for many reasons, and one main reason being its artistic excellence, and not just artistic excellence, its profound portrayal of tribal identity and oppression, etc., etc. So this novel is not just about events. This is the difference between an ordinary novel and a very good novel. A very good novel and not a very good novel. I will not say ordinary novel. A good novel and not so good a novel. Not so good novel. So this novel is not just about events, but it's about the inner world of people. This is the reason why we precisely love, like, and respect Shakespeare. Shakespeare does not talk about anybody. He doesn't talk about Macbeth. He doesn't talk about Lady Macbeth or Othello or Richard III or Henry IV and so on. So what he does is he talks about the inner world of people. That's very important. So if you read this novel, I'm sure that you engage yourself fully, emotionally, intellectually, physically with this novel. So the inner world of people and identity and existence. This novel talks about the identity and existence, and love and loss, freedom and responsibility. So Shri Mallikarjun Hiremath is not just a storyteller. He's not just a storyteller. He's a chronicler of time. A novel becomes singularly important only when the author, the novelist, tries to chronicle time. He should arrest time, and he has done this in this novel, Time and Culture. So Shri Hiremath is a teller of human emotions. He tells the story of human emotions, and he is a master of philosophical and psychological depth. There is psychological depth in it. There is intellectual depth in it. There is also emotional depth in it. And he can very boldly experiment with the narrative form and theme. So these are the reasons why I like Havana both in Kannada and in translation. And this is the reason why I have so much respect for Shri Mallikarjun Hiremath as a story writer and as a novelist. So, and he knows the importance and significance of words. He's very careful in using words, whether he talks or writes. So I really salute you, sir, and I thank you on behalf of Bhakat and also on behalf of the Kannada readers. And as I said in the beginning, I also like translation, and the translated novel has also made tremendous influence on me. And there are three reasons why I like this translation. And this is the first novel that I have read. This is the first novel of Mohanraj that I have read in translation. And Mallikarjun sir said that he is I don't say that he does not understand Kannada, but he has not read Kannada literature. That's what he said, if I remember correctly. But he knows the language. He knows the language. He knows the nuances of Kannada language. So deep knowledge of both source and target knowledge. Anybody who reads this novel will definitely tell that the translator has sound knowledge, deep knowledge of both source and target language. So he has managed not only the situations, he has also managed the very, very subtle critical characters portrayed by Shri Mallikarjun Hiremath in his novel. And his ability to convey meaning, not just words. This is something special about this translator. So in every sentence that you read, you will understand that the translator tries very hard not only to convey meaning, not just to convey words, but to convey meaning. So he has the ability to convey meaning, not just words. This is the second reason why I like this translation. And his capacity, this cultural sensitivity and adaptation. So he knows the fact that language and culture are inseparable. So when you translate a novel, how can you translate the culture? How can you translate the philosophy in which the original novel has already been written? So a good translator succeeds not only in translating the language of the novel, but also its culture, its civilization, its cultural nuances, its philosophy, its metaphysics, everything. So that's why when you read this novel, you feel that you feel as if it is written in English itself. So he can adapt and explain culturally specific content so the target audience can understand. And this novel reads as if it were written in the target language. So it has an excellent fluency, and it has very, very, very remarkably astonishing readability. Sir, thank you so much. So I thank you for the fluency and the readability that you have brought in this novel. And that's it at my end. And I thank all of you. Thank you so much. May God bless you. Yes, sir. Dr. Vijayalakshmi, now you can go for interaction. And I request the viewers and the listeners to have interaction either with the translator or with the author or with the speaker. Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your scholarly and inspiring submission. Before I open the platform for the discussion, it's a kind of gentle reminder. Day after tomorrow, means that is on Saturday, as a part of Shakespeare series, because we have been organizing a series of lecture on all the plays of Shakespeare. Eminent Kannada writer Dr. O.L. Nagabhushan Swami will deliver a talk on Macbeth. We all warmly invite you all to join and take part in this enriching discussion. Now the session is open for the discussion. We invite all the viewers here to share their thoughts, reflections, or any questions related to the novel Havana.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you are audible. Please.
Yes. So my name is Kiranayal. I am a research scholar at the Department of English, Central University of Karnataka. Sir, I am researching on the Banjara community itself, sir. I have come from Banjara community. I have read Havana 2 times, and I have seen what Mallikarjun sir has been described about the Banjara community. Sir, I really witnessed and I would say you have given the justice to your novels because I have seen various experiences. I have come across the community. Uh, I compared myself several times Havana Tanda with my own Tanda because if I count the houses of my Tanda, hardly we get 40 houses. In them, there are 10 to 12 huts. And sir, I born as a cowherd, and I used to go to lands. I worked at the women of Banjara community, and for 10 to 15 years I worked there. I got a minimum education, and then because of my parents' effect, I come to the Central University. I worked hard. Sir, I want to ask few questions regarding the identity of Banjara community. If you share your clarifications regarding the community, it would be helpful for my research work, sir. Uh, Banjara community is the community considered as tribe in Karnataka. If it is yes, how and why, sir? Because there are some confusion, there are some the lack of clarification about the community. I really don't know whether it is considered as a tribe or community or something else. If you clarify it, sir, it would be better for my research work. Uh, Share few clarification about the community, sir.
Sir, you are not audible, sir.
Sir,
Sir, please unmute.
no, will answer me. I'll answer. Huh?
Sir, you can answer. You can answer.
No, actually, I think Professor Hiremath sir is the right person to answer all these things. But as a speaker, you see, the history is tribe or community, whatever we say. It started. Actually, they were the people to supply foods, ammunitions, especially lavan. Lavan means salt to the people who go for war. Especially the Mughal rulers, they used to go for fighting, and these people, what we call Lambara people now, they used to go with different things to provide them with the soldiers. Later, when all this is over, these people become nomad because they don't have permanent settlement. So wherever there's an opportunity, because salt business is over, ammunition business, all this powder for the ammunition of traditional fighters, we are over. So these two, take up any other professions and move around. And then what happened, because of their unique culture and festivals, language, they had some conflicts with the people wherever they are. So they started moving from one place to another. That is one merit, is that they are not permanent in a particular place. Second is they are rootless, means because they have originally come from Rajasthan. And now they don't have anything to go back to Rajasthan. And so they move around, so throughout the country. And whatever possible professions they find, and they used to take it. And during that time, it was basically agriculture, where it is easily available and no other business opportunities were there. So it's to take to that agricultural thing. But because they don't have their own land, so they used to work for others. That is what I have read in the novel Havana. So that is one thing that we can say. And as you said, you belong to your own community, so you know better than me, because I have met many people. I have some friends, they are like you, they are in high positions today, but very few, because they couldn't afford to send their children to school and college. So whatever little, some ones, especially Samarla Nayak. He is a leader and he is to work hard, and because of that, he has a dream. What is important here? It's a dream that we need to all of us need to have like Samarla's dream. That need to see some things, drive away the poverty and this temporaries of here and there. Think of permanence, and education is the permanent thing that you have been pursuing, and that is what I have found in this novel. So yeah, any other question? Did I answer your question? But one thing, very important one thing, that they are rich with their culture. They may not have, they may not be rich in financial things, land, property, nothing, but rich in culture. Every traditional things that they used to pursue, which is missing in our present day life, but still they are following that. The dancing, planting this seed, growing this grass and dancing with that. And especially the girls, they grow this and then they are divided and they throw it. Means life of the girl children in Tanda. And that was, they used to follow and all this tradition and they believe in it. And because of that culture, the neem tree that here we see, the several, I have read another novel in Tamil that is called Silapatikaram. Professor Ilanga Adigal Silapatikaram. The same things, we can see the root of all these things, the cultural tradition. Silapatikaram was the anklet, all right, and how it called Kanaki Katha. That's a very, very good novel in Tamil language. You can also read it, but that is not about Lambara community. That is different thing. That is how one Akam, Puram and Puramai. That is the three things that God talk in Tamil language. Akam, external, Puram, internal, and Puramai. That is spiritual. Kanaki is a girl. She got married to Kovalan, an ordinary girl, and later when her husband was killed by there are four things: Sela, Sura, Pandian, and Pallava. These are the four dynasty that used to dominate and rule Tamil Nadu. So the Pandian king, based in Madurai, and because of false kind of things of the royal, jeweler, and her husband was killed, and that angered her so much that she took her own anklet and threw it to the king and said, "Look at this anklet. Your queen's anklet has got diamond. This is gold only. This is my anklet. This is not anklet. It is not queen's anklet." And because of her race, the whole Madurai, kingdom was burned down. And Lord Indra came down with his golden chariot and took her off to heaven. So how a ordinary girl became a Devi? Many places in Tamil Nadu, they worship Kanaki as goddess. So same things happens, here in this particular novel. So very interesting that, the Savalal, if you read the history of Savalal, okay, he used to talk to God, Mariamma. He had to argue Mariamma, all right, in the Tanda. So that is how is the level of Puram, Akam, Puramam, Puramai. That means from ordinary a boy, all right, who was supposed to serve, her after 12 years of age, and there was, sometime, and later he became Savalal, and then all Tanda you people worship him, and we all worship him. So that kind of things that we need to explore in this novel. Thank you for your questions. Yeah. I hope I answered your questions.
I'm not clear with this answer, sir. My question was that whether we consider Banjara as a tribe or only as a community.
Kiran, you were asking constitutional question to the speaker.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
You better consult a constitutional expert, and he will give you the right answer.
Yeah.
Okay. and any academic discussion is fine,
Yeah.
right? And it's good if you have clarification about this community, whether it is a community or it's a tribe. Okay.
Yes.
And you can also interact with Mallikarjun Hiremath sir later.
Okay, sir.
Any specific
Okay, sir.
question about the talk delivered today, you can
Yes,
ask.
yes, sir. Apart from this, the talk is very good, sir, and I have whatever I have read, I have realized and I have experienced. It's a very good novel. I have read 2 times, and it's a wonderful experiment collection. Whatever the people we Banjara people experienced and have been experiencing now also has collected in the novel. It's a wonderful novel. So thank you for your writing. So thank you for.
Actually, sir, there's difference. You can see the dictionary and all are the expert. Community is considered larger group, and tribe is smaller group. So that is the basic difference. But if you go according to constitution, as sir said, whatever as sir said, so we'll have to consult an expert. But for my point of view, tribe is a small group of people having the same kind of settlement, same kind of belief and all these systems. Community is a larger group. That is a slight difference between that. All right. But you definitely, as sir said, you contact an expert. Yes. Yes.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Kiran is working on the novels dealing with this tribe for his PhD. His supervisor is Dr. Prakash Paikai. So we did discuss about this novel today in the department, and he has been advised to ask questions. I mean, to attend the program and seek clarification from the experts.
No, it's very, very good questions.
Yeah, he is a brilliant research scholar of
Yes,
our department.
yes.
And one of Dr. Geeta Rathod, who is working as an assistant professor in Manu, Hyderabad, she has posted Dr. Damreddy, can you read it? If Dr. Geeta is around, you can. Geeta, would you like to say anything?
Hello.
Yes. Yes, Dr. Geeta.
Hello, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I have read the Havana in English version, and I really felt get involved in the novel because I never felt that it titled. And when I was reading this Havana conflict with tradition versus modern, the journey of Somalia and his unity, and whatever happened with him in the end of the novel, that was very painful to see. So this is my observation on the novel because I had even one question to Mallikarjun Hiremath sir. This is regarding the first narrator, that is Basappa teacher. I would like to know whether this is kind of an imaginary character or whether it is the real experience of Mallikarjun sir. This is about Basappa teacher in the novel. I just want to know that.
Sir, you have to unmute yourself. Hiremath sir, you have to unmute.
Sir, Hiremath sir, please unmute, sir. Unmute yourself, sir. You are not audible.
Sir, you are not audible. Can you click on the icon?
to Dr. Geeta Rathod, if I know Dr. Hiremath personally, I know him quite well. It is not autobiographical.
Yes.
It's certainly not
Yes, sir.
autobiographical. Is it
Yes.
the same Geeta Rathod I met some time ago in Gulbarga? About a few years.
Yes, I think. I'm from Gulbarga.
Yeah. No, I think I came there for selection committee as one of the experts on selection
No,
committee. Professor Nagaraj was the registrar. I think I met you.
no, sir. No, sir.
No, acha. Have I met you, Dr. Basuraj?
No.
When I came there 2-3 times.
Sir, you came in my absence. I was at IGNTU as controller of examinations when you visited our department.
When Professor
So
Nagaraj
I
was
missed the opportunity of meeting you and listening to you.
Okay. I don't remember the year when I came, but Nagaraj was the registrar those days.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I think Hiremath sir is not there. Oh, sir is there. Okay.
Is there?
I think
Kulkarni sir, you can please go ahead.
Hello.
Sir, you are audible.
yes, sir. We can hear, sir. Please, sir.
Okay, but in continuation of Mr. Kiran, recently all Tandas are converted into revenue village in Karnataka. Connecting to the cultural point, whether this conversion is affecting the identity of the tribe with the merging with the community. Question to Mr. Kiran, that is the research student.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
It will also be converted into revenue village. Then if you are very particular about the identity of the tribe and after mixing in the community, whether the identity is in danger position.
Sir, identity is not in danger position, sir, but still we are marginalized because many people used to go to different places to earn money. For 5 to 6 months, they stay out of the Tanda and they go there where they used to go. They don't have identity in particular places. Even though they work there, they would be having the identity of Tanda as well. That's why I wanted to clarify my confusion, sir. In order to it, I asked the question to Mallikarjun, sir.
Kiran, you please pay attention to the important question raised by Putu Prokanisi. Okay. Now, if Tandas become villages, if Tandas become towns, what about their cultural identity and what about their other linguistic and other identities? This is a very important question. As a researcher, you please look into it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will look into it, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Ishwar Hatti.
Sir, Dr. Geeta has asked one question to you, sir. Whether Bashaba Master is you or different character.
Imagine Mallikarjun Hiremath sir only.
My brother worked as a teacher, school teacher there in some Tanda. He has related his experiences to me. And I imagine myself Basappa.
Any novel, we have 30% reality, minimum 30%, 70% imagination. So so once we see something,
I visited so many Tandas and interacted with Banjara tribe.
Sir has mentioned in the cover page, Sir has mentioned where Sir has got information about Lambara community. So in the last page, you have this, you can just go through it. So from there, we can see Bashama Master actually is speaking the inner mind of Mallikarjun Hiremath sir's what?
It is also a technique, no?
Technique.
As an outsider,
Outside.
he observes their culture.
Yeah. So when I write also, my character name of the character is COVID. So COVID talks about to Tulsi. Tulsi two characters most of the novels. So COVID is actually me basically. Means I am talking, but in the mouth of through the mouth of COVID. That's what.
Rojalakshmi, if there are no more questions, then you can conclude.
Yes, sir. As we come to the conclusion of this evening session, I extend a very heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished speaker of today, Professor Hitesh Bhakat, sir, for your very insightful thoughts, what you shared on this novel, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk on this particular novel. Yes, thank you,
sir. I also extend a very heartfelt gratitude to our, the novelist Mallikarjun Hiremath, sir, as well the translator of this novel, Professor Mohanraj, sir. Thank you so much for your involvement as well as sharing a few words on this novel, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to the chair of this session, Professor Basiraj Dronu, sir. Thank you, sir. Special thanks to Dharwad Katte viewers. Besides, we have eminent, the scholars like Ishwar Hatti sir, Pooja Halyal ma'am, Puttu Kulkarni, Kalanda sir, Dr. Geeta, Sureka Donu, and many more. For your unwavering commitment to fostering literary and cultural exchange through such engaging programs. Thank you, one and all. Let us continue to read, reflect, and reimagine the world through books like Havana. With these words, by thanking once again, we conclude this program today. Thank you all for your joining us, and good night.
Madam, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Dharwad Katte and Professor Mallikarjun Hiremath sir, Professor S. Mohanraj sir, for giving me this for last 20 years. This is the first, opportunity I've got to talk on Kannada literature. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, and definitely we expect
Thank you all. It was a pleasure. Thank you all
for being with us in the future, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.